It's not often that I get a chance to do this, but you know, I sometimes when I use my main event talks or when I use my main event thoughts, on here on YouTube, I like to express my feelings, express my thoughts, and kind of give everyone an idea of what I'm thinking, and so forth. And I've given you every thought I could possibly think of, but now I go back to one thought that I think everybody remembers, but I think it's going to be focused on just one deal, and that's Facebook. You know, uh, the thing I find interesting about Facebook nowadays is it's just there are so many fake people on there. And there are so many people that go ahead and decide to go ahead and make more than one account. And it really is completely insane about how these people do all these crazy things. So I recently had. I know there's some people are probably wondering. They go on Facebook at facebook.com/slash main event player, and you find me. And I know some people are probably wondering why I have not accepted them on my Facebook. Here's the thing. Before, I used to just go ahead and just bring people in no matter what. But nowadays, I've kept pretty much a close eye on my Facebook, like everybody else has, where we don't go ahead and just decide, okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this guy in and blah, 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 and so forth. It doesn't matter. Because the times that I've seen people, request me on Facebook, I rarely get anybody in there. The only people that I would actually bring in are the ones that I've known for years. Like my close friends or my best friends or anyone that I haven't seen in years. And they usually come from Corpus Christi and everything in that particular nature. But when it comes to other people, when it comes to the people that have no idea who I am, I have to have I have to look into the profile first before I decide to make any kind of change or any kind of deal. And if your profile sticks out, and if you've been using it a whole lot and you're active, I'll accept you, no problem. And as far as like wrestling fans goes, I don't go ahead and just accept you right away. I got to see where you lie, and I know everybody else does that. Everybody, on Facebook, you have not just your usual friends and everything else like that, but you also have like followers. I have like 22 followers on Facebook. And the reason why I don't accept them on my Facebook yet is because some of them, and I've noticed it, where they automatically, come to you for a Facebook request. But if they haven't been using their Facebook that much, sometimes that the only reason why they're not using their Facebook is because it's not active or they're not showing you anything. They don't want to show anybody until you bring them in. You bring them in, okay, boom, there it is. That's what shows up. And then there are others, and I've had this problem, where somebody would go ahead and just accept me or actually request me, but then they would make ridiculous comments like, how come your friend doesn't, request me or doesn't accept me for this? He's a fucking dickhead and all this other shit. I was reading that, and my thought on that is, something? Here's the thing. There's your reason right there why I wouldn't accept you on Facebook because of comments like that in every particular way. And then there's the people, and I know everybody has noticed this, where an individual would go ahead and start talking to you or messaging you or whatever, and then it's a guy, for example. He goes ahead and starts talking shit to you, and then what does he do? He blocks you from Facebook, right? And I've had this done to me before, where there's this guy. I'll call him by his name because he's not gonna fucking go to my Facebook anyway. A guy named Josh Miller, who's friends with a friend Dee Dee, who who apparently had a problem with me because I was talking to this person. We're being nice, we're being cool with each other, and he's all saying that's my wife, that's this, that's that, which is bullshit in my opinion. And here he is saying that he's, that's his wife, or claims, when I see his profile pic. and there's like all these women that he's requesting, or all these women that he knows, and all these women that are fine in every way in that particular nature. And I found out about this before he decided to block me. A guy like that, that accepts nothing but hot women on his Facebook page, tells you a whole lot. It tells you this dude's a creep. It tells you that this dude has nothing better to do than to fucking masturbate on Facebook when he sees all these hot chicks, thinking that he'll be able to get laid with one of them. And it just ridiculous. It's stupid, you know. And plus, and supposedly he's a Marine. He's a Marine. Yeah, if he was such a Marine, why the fuck won't he talk to me on Facebook? You know? And I get tired of that. And there's so many people that, there's like at least 3 people I know that have blocked me from Facebook because they don't want to see my conversation, or they don't want to see me talk to a certain woman, because while women, and I have a lot of hot women on my Facebook, I'm not gonna lie, most of them talk to me, and you know, sometimes I like to be real with them all the time, and sometimes I like to give them good advice. And if they have a boyfriend, you know, I'm not gonna jump in and start being all, you know, like, oh, I'm sorry and everything else like that about your breakup or loss, you know, for them to go ahead and pick up the pieces and act like a couple of fucking vultures. If I come out there and I say, you know, I'm sorry for your loss, or if I start to say things like, you know, I'm sorry that you and him broke up, you know, just 2 things. Don't make it obvious, and also, you know, just keep it as friends. That's how it is, and that's how I like to keep things with other people, because I don't like it when a woman tries to jump at me because I'm not talking to anybody else, because they feel that they can go ahead and say, you know what, that bitch is not talking to Furman anymore, I'll go ahead and go talk to him. Because that's happened to me before, and I know that that's happened to other people. A guy and a girl break up, and all the guys go after the girl, and all the girls go after the guy. That's how it goes on Facebook. It's a drama fest. That's what it is. And everyone's going to experience all these things on Facebook. There are other people that don't have a Facebook, and some are lucky to not have one because they don't want to go through that complete crazy drama fest that goes on Facebook. So my advice to all the Facebook users out there, and this is to all of them, you know, if you're going to accept somebody on your Facebook, check them out first. Don't go ahead and accept them. You know, just find out who they are, find out what they really are about, and everything. And sometimes, here's also another thing that'll probably clear up a bunch of things. Say if this person has a Facebook, right, and if he has a Twitter as well, you know that person is real. Okay, there are other people that are all Facebook savvy, and they don't want to have anything to do with Twitter. That's kind of like, you know, whether they're fake or whether they're real. That's an in-between kind of situation, you know. And then there are people that just don't have a Facebook, they want to go to Twitter. You know, that's as real as they come. My advice is this: be careful with who you accept, because chances are that person could be a nut job, that person could be a nutcase, that person could just be on Facebook just to talk to a hottie, or just to think that he'll get laid with somebody, or to think that he'll find a way to go in your inbox. And that's also another thing. I had one person on my Facebook who puts out pics, but doesn't put out a status at all. Doesn't put out a status at all, but goes directly to my inbox and starts talking to me. And I'm like, thank you, and why aren't you talking to me out on Facebook? And I never get a response, you know. Or sometimes I will get a response, and I will get all these ridiculous inboxes about, you know, girls trying to talk to me if they claim they're a girl, telling me that they love me and they want to call me babe and all this other stuff. And it's like, oh my God, you don't even know me. You don't even know me. It's like, this is as real as I come. Okay, this is the way I am. Okay, I have a Facebook, I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, and I have a YouTube account. All this is me. This is the real me, not anybody else. And here's the thing: I do have two two Facebook accounts, but the one is active. This one is active. There's a second one that was out, but I think that was when I was, first starting off on Facebook a long time ago. But that hasn't been used in a long, long time. So this is the real me. So that's why I've changed my profile from just being Fermentorus to being known as Fermentorus, the main event player. That way everybody will know that's me. That's who I am. The same applies with Twitter. The same applies with Instagram and everything. So once again, my advice, if you guys are going to accept anybody on your Facebook or anyone on Twitter or anyone on Instagram, check their profile first. Find out who they are, look them up, and if they are who they are, accept them. But if they are not who they are, let them be your followers. That's how it goes. Because it's much easier that way, less headaches. But if they become a headache, get them out. Simple as that. Because nowadays Facebook is just getting completely ridiculous. It's getting completely stupid. And I'm pretty much kicking out most of the people that are not even using their Facebook anymore, just eliminating them. And I'm keeping the ones like my close friends, my best friends, my family, everyone involved, I keep them on my Facebook. So to all you Facebook hackers out there, hey, I want you to go to my Facebook. Yeah, I want you to go to my Facebook. So that way you can follow me and track me down and find out what I'm about. But also you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. But to all you Facebook nut jobs that think that I don't know who you are, here's the thing. There's some of you that go ahead and change your profile. And there's some of you that go ahead and change your name. And you're not even who you are. Like somebody else I know that I was recently a boyfriend and girlfriend to, who supposedly went from being my friend to being nothing. And how do I know that? It's quite simple. We were boyfriend and girlfriend from the beginning of December all the way down to right now. Well, actually, all the way down from March. And all of a sudden, she changes her name. And all of a sudden, she blocks me from Facebook. How do I know that? How do I know you changed your name and how you know all this? If you go to your messenger, your name is still there. But I can't message you. I can't talk to you. I can't say, but I will know you changed your name. I will know that you've done something different to yourself. There are a lot of people that have a Facebook account, but they change their name constantly to get away from other people. It's what they're called RPs or role play accounts. I think that's what they're called. All I can say, guys, is be careful. When you're on Facebook, check everyone out under any circumstances. Because the last thing you want is some nut job following you around saying that he loves you or saying that she loves you or saying that she wants to be with you and all this other crap. Because you have better things to do than to be on Facebook and on Twitter. You have a life outside. Hell, I have a life outside. We all have lives. To all you Facebook nut jobs, fuck all of you.